Good morning. I want to pull cards and look at Trump's projection confession. Projection confession. It's always that. He cannot stand somebody that's actually clean. Someone that, he can't understand, and he can't stand it whatsoever. Just like he can't stand people that actually were in the military and served their country. They're all fools and they're all losers. Why does he say that? Because he's scared shitless to do it. And he absolutely, he's chicken. He had to have his daddy write, had to write, how many deferments did he have? Something like 3 bone spurs, Mr. Bone Spurs. So he's got to say that they're losers because the loser is him. They had the courage to go into and he ran away. Okay? So he can't stand somebody who's got courage, actually has courage when he's running away and hiding. Okay? That's what it's about. He can't stand them. They're all losers because they have guts and he doesn't. He is just, he's the loser, and he knows he's a loser, and he knows that he is pathetic. So he's got to project all his angst and anger and drama onto others to make himself right. But let's look and see what the cards to say. So what is the overarching thing on this reading? It's about, he's always trying to make up some new storyline, some new mental ideation that he's got to put out there. And it's about what? Propping himself up to the good life, to having everything, okay? So what's under it? This is his world. He's got to try to make up some fantasy story about how fabulous he is, his world that he's living in, okay? So we have, it's about control. He has to control, be in charge of the narrative, okay, and put out whatever the obstruction is out there through the message, okay? So it's about his creating a message so that he can try to control the situation in this fantasy land that he's got everything, living the high life, the good life, etc. Okay? So let's see what else we have. What else can you tell me about his projection confession all the time, where he's got to dirty people that are clean because of his criminality? So above it, we have, him sitting there having to control and saying, I'm living the high life, look at me, I've got everything, and he has to attempt to control the narrative. The foundation is, holding on, trying to hold on to whatever storyline that he's putting out there. Why? Because he's not actually in control of all these things. He just wants to, again, try to hold on to it to make it seem like he's got control. In the past, he doesn't like what's coming down. It's emotionally difficult for him, and he's just not going to look at it. He's just, in this grand funk. So what's going on now, currently? A lot of pain, mental pain, physical pain with what's coming down, So again, he needs to what? Try to control the situation by putting something new out, some new obstruction when it comes to a message about how fabulous he is and how the other person is just so horrendous. It's about creating a narrative for the long term, okay? It's not really moving quickly, but again, because because the foundation is he's in sleepless nights. He's in mental turmoil. So he continues to try to create something for the long term that's going to benefit him. The challenge is that things are overturned. He is upside down. So he has to try to see things from a totally opposite viewpoint, upside down. Okay, that's where it comes in, all this projection, which is a confession of him, what he's doing, what he's like, who he is, who he's not. So whatever he's projecting onto others, he is talking about himself and himself alone and his failings that he wants to try to put onto others to boost himself up. So above it, this is a new action. It's always about trying to put out something new that shows that he is, again, somebody that's got it together, living the good life, etc. And the outcome is that this is something he wants to try to convince people of. They've all got to be in alignment, and what's crossing it is he's trying to be somebody that you come to for advice, the sage. He's got to be, again, in control of everything, attempting to be in control. So let's break this down again. The overarching theme is whatever obstruction is there, he's got to control it by putting out some new narrative, some new storyline, okay, and message, because it's affecting his world, and he wants people to believe that he is just flush and living the good life and everything is fabulous. The foundation is he's trying to hold on because he's in nightmare mode when it actually comes to the life that he is living. So this is the reality, sleepless nights, and this is what he wants you to believe. He wants you to believe that he is in control. So again, we have him attempting to try to control and look like the man in charge by putting out new actions for a long-term storyline that's just not going anywhere quickly. What's going on now is a lot of pain. Everything is upside down for him. And so he's got to try to create this scenario of everything opposite, 180 degrees away, okay? So going into it, we have the person that is just really unhappy with things. And so the outcome is he tries to get everybody on this fantasy story that he's doing as if he is some great light. That's what's crossing it is the truth and things, but he has to continue to try to create this scenario and get people to believe that he is some great sage, some great light, to try to get the MAGA people all in alignment, all drinking the Kool-Aid of the next storyline that he's doing, okay? So again, he's unhappy with everything that's coming down, that has come down and continues to come down. So he's got this upside down storyline that he's getting these people to believe in. Just has them on the hook of this fantasy notion. Again, he tries to also use religion, etc. Now, I love when they asked him about his prayer life. Oh, everybody prays for me. Notice, he didn't say anything about prayer or he trusts God or anything like that. He segued into a totally different answer about people are praying for him, and he's, the evangelicals all love him, etc. Okay. So on that note, I'll leave that here. But I think it was kind of interesting in what came out with the cards about why he does it. And again, it's about affecting his world with a message, trying to put out something new all the time about his fabulous life, and trying to control whatever obstruction, whatever drama comes into the way. So that's what he does. He tries to create a new soap opera that he's got to get people on the same page with in order to cover up his failings and project all his failings onto others and elevate himself, because really within himself he has nothing of value to give anyone. And he is so angry, so jealous of those that have something that he could never, ever be. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.